Hey guys, it's Achal Sadam. Do you know what are the prices of the petrol in India? It's 87 rupees per litre and diesel at 80 rupees per litre. Why they are so expensive? They are expensive because we are importing them. Why we are importing them? We are importing them because they are limited in the nature. So why don't we use something which is abundant in nature, like renewable sources of the energy? As you can see in the picture, we had made a road in the forest by fragmenting it. It is very beneficial for us, like for transporting the goods and traveling. But what about the nature? What is the effect of the road on the environment? We had cut down the many trees to make this road, and it is many animals had lost their lives due to accidents and hunting, etc. As you can see in the picture, we have been neglecting the environment in the development. For example, the industries. Industries are very beneficial for us, but it is also dangerous for the environment as it releases its waste in the ocean and the rivers, and it pollutes the water. And it is very dangerous for the other creatures which is living in the ocean. We have been overusing the limited resources of the nature like fossil fuels, and it takes millions of years to form them. We have been cutting down the trees for our facilities like for roads, etc. And all this is leading to the natural calamities like floods, tsunamis, etc. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are formed by the anaerobic decomposition of the dead bodies of living organisms, and this process takes millions of years, and therefore they are very limited, and they are being depleted much faster than they are generated. If this condition goes on, there will be fossil fuels crisis in the future. And when the fossil fuels burns, it gives the energy as well as it emits the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and NO2. And these gases are very harmful, and it produces the air pollution. And when this particle enters into the bloodstream, it creates the diseases like a heart attack and the lung cancer, etc. And all this is leading to the premature death. There is almost 7 million premature death in the worldwide every year. There is also a risk of transportation of fossil fuels, like take example of the transporting of the oil through the ocean. If there is an oil spill, it pollutes the whole ocean, and it is also dangerous for the creatures which is living in the ocean. And all this can lead to a global warming also. As a UN had set to limit the temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030, it is very soon. As in the picture you can see, it is a picture of the oil spill in the Nigeria Delta, and this makes the place the one of the most polluted place on the earth. What are the benefits of the phasing out of the fossil fuels? It is very necessary to phase out the fossil fuels. If we keep ignoring this problem, it will cost us more in the future. Phasing out of the fossil fuels, it will help to reduce the pollution and reduction in the premature death, and can save up to 3.6 million premature death. It can also improve the public health, and it will prevent a drastic climate change, and it will be less harmful to the environment as well as the living organism. It can also prevent a less environmental disaster. So what are the alternatives of the fossil fuels? Solar energy. Most of the fossil fuels are used to create electricity like coal. So why don't we use the natural resources which are abundant like sunlight? We can use a solar panel which converts the sunlight into the electricity. The solar panels are little expensive, but it is only a one-cost investment as we don't have to pay bill every month. And it is also less dependent on the fossil fuels, and it can also be a source of income, and it doesn't harm the environment as well as the other organisms of the earth. It is very efficient that it can be implemented at many places like a railway station, companies, as we can see in the picture. Hydrogen is the future fuel. As the hydrogen has a property that it is highly flammable and take less energy to ignite, it can be used as a fuel. And on the combustion, it doesn't emit the harmful gases like CO2, and therefore it is very secure and clean. It can be used in the vehicles and the industries as a fuel. So how can we use hydrogen in the fuels in the car? It can be used in the form of fuel cell car, as the transportation contributes the more than 20% in the carbon emission. It is very useful, it is very important to use the fuel cell car as it emits only the heat and water as a byproduct. It doesn't emit a greenhouse gases. It is a very beneficial for the environment, and it is also a 2 or 3 times more efficient than the gasoline. Relatively, it has a relatively short refueling time. Means on the lesser fuels, it can travel a longer distance. In the Europe, on the single tank, it can travel up to more than 800 kilometers. And the best part, it is the emission free. It is very eco-friendly also. How the fuel cell car works. It has the hydrogen tank which provides the energy to the car, and it also has the safety measure that in case of the leakage, it sensors and it make alerts. How can we use the hydrogen in the industrial sector? As the petrochemical and the chemical sector produces 1.25 gross carbon emission, and steel production is also a very highly polluting. In the industrial sector, the innovative hydrogen-based technology are used to produce the steels which emits a low carbon emission. In the Sweden, there has been a technology development using the hydrogen which produces the iron ore pellet using the biofuels, and there is a many options like production of the green steel, etc. The production of the hydrogen, it is very necessary. If we use the hydrogen as a future fuels, it's very necessary to produce the hydrogen in the larger quantity and in the eco-friendly way. Most of the hydrogen in today we are making from the natural gases like methane, and but its byproduct is carbon dioxide, which is very dangerous for the environment. So it's very necessary to produce the hydrogen through an eco-friendly way like electrolysis. We can use the electrolysis decomposition of the water, as the electrolysis is discovered 200 years ago, but there are less technology of the electrolysis which have been developed. In this process, we can use the sunlight which is abundant, and we can use the seawater as well as the wastewater. We don't have to use only the clean water. So it is very beneficial. By using the science of the electrolysis of water at a nanotechnology level, we can use a low-cost nanoparticles which mimics the photosynthesis and separate hydrogen and oxygen from the water. It is also a low-cost method. Another method is a electrocatalyst. It is the most underestimated method. In this, there is a reduction of the carbon dioxide to oxalic acid and the ethylene glycol, and many more products. And ethylene glycol is also used in the making the polymers like PEF.
There are many different renewable sources energy like wind energy, hydro energy, tidal energy, and geothermal energy, etc. There is biogas energy also, but that is not very efficient today. We can use CNG instead of gasoline and diesel because it's produce a 20 to 30% fewer green gas emission and 95% fewer tailpipe emission than petroleum product. And because CNG fuel system are completely sealed, it produces no evaporative emission. These are the alternatives of the fossil fuels in the renewable sources, which is beneficial for us as well as it doesn't harm the environment like fossil fuels does. So don't be foolish and make use of renewable sources as much as possible and save fossil fuels.